Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John Thune, a mental health therapist, and today we are reacting to I'm Not Racist by JOYNER Lucas. Let's get right into it.
With all due respect, I don't have pity for you black niggas. That's the way I feel. Screaming Black Lives Matter, all the black guys rather be deadbeats than pay your bills. Yelling Nick.
The MAGA hat, the Make America Great hat, pretty stereotypical, kind of hillbilly, white person spewing out some seemingly racist content here. Kind of nervous to see where this video goes.
Nigga this and nigga that. Call everybody nigga and get a nigga mad. As soon as I say nigga, then everyone react and wanna swing at me and call me racist cause I ain't black. Well, pound that then. Talking about slavery like you was around back then. Like you was picking cotton off the fucking ground back then. Like you was on the plantation getting down back then. Alright.
Yeah, the history between white and black people in the United States is very tense, very culturally significant, and when racial tensions grow, like the N-word, for instance, was a word that white people used to keep black people subservient to them, and now white people have no right to say that word because it's just so historically loaded and so degrading and so disparaging that it's terrible for the mental health and well-being of people to use that word.
Look, I see a black man aiming his gun, but I'd rather see a black man claiming his son. And I don't mean just for one day and you done. I mean, you still trapped in a rut. And I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what?
I wonder where he's seeing about a black man raising a gun, because I think a lot of racial tensions are spread through the media in this country, and blood, gore, violence all spread like wildfire on the news. And if he's looking only at the news, he's going to have a very misguided picture of different races, different people, because it's only going to have the worst events associated on the news. And then he's going to start to associate all minority groups, all black people, all Hispanics with being violent, which is completely wrong and erroneous, but it is something that happens. I see it all the time in my clinical practice. People live in these echo chambers of their little cold, isolated bubbles of social media where they think that every black person, every Hispanic person, every white person is ignorant because of the media they're consuming.
So you can keep living on free government assistance, food stamps for your children, but you still trying to sell them for some weed and some liquor or a fucking babysitter while you party on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals? You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait. It's like you're proud to be fake, but you lazy as fuck. And you rather sell drugs and get a job and be straight.
Yeah, I would challenge this notion that he is peddling here, that black people would rather be lazy and sell drugs. I think that's completely misguided and not the case. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and so black people are some of the hardest, kindest working people I've ever met. And they're not all selling drugs. They're not all living off welfare and assistance. That's absolutely not the case.
And then you turn.
This seems like he is spewing out a lot of stereotypes, a lot of negative stereotypes towards the common black person in America. And so it's great he's talking about it and being vulnerable, but I wish he would do it in a less hateful, less disparaging way.
Around and complain about the poverty rate. Fuck out of my face. You can't escape problems. You can pray for some change, but can't break a dollar. Got nobody else to blame, so you blame Donald. They fucked the world with a Make America Great condom. My voice been back. I'm not racist. My sister's boyfriend's black. I'm not racist. My sister-in-law's baby cousin Tracy got a brother and his girlfriend's black. My head's in the cloud. Heard there's not enough jobs for all the men in your house. Maybe we should build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. Or maybe we should send them all to the ghetto for now. I'm not racist.
So we see he is not only having these negative stereotypes towards black people, but also towards Hispanic people. He's saying, build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. What's ironic about that is America, this country, is a country full of immigrants. We were historically flooded with Canadians, Mexicans, Europeans, and now we have this notion of being anti-Hispanic, anti-black, anti-minority, which is so ridiculous considering the history of this country. And what makes America great is our diversity, is our ability to have different perspectives, different cultural backgrounds, different lifestyles, and that's amazing.
And I never lied, but I think there's a disconnect between your culture and mine.
Yep.
I worship the Einsteins, studied the Steve Jobs, but you ride Tupac's dick like he was a fucking god. Oh my god! And all you care about is rapping.
This guy does not sound like he has studied Einstein or Steve Jobs. He sounds a bit more hateful than that. Maybe he studied some ignorance, or maybe some actors like Brad Pitt, or some people who aren't as educated.
Stunting and being ratchet, and that's the nigga within you. Music rot in your brain and slowly start to convince you. Then you let your kids listen, and then the cycle continues. Blame it all on the menu, blame it on those drinks, blame it on everybody except for your own race. Blame it on white privileges, blame it on white kids, and just blame it on white citizens. Aim at the vice president. Bunch of class clowns. Niggas kneeling on the field, that's a flag down. How dare you try to make demands for this money? You gon' show us some respect, you gon' stand for this country, nigga.
Yeah, he was in the wrong there to say the N-word and getting aggressive in that way. He does touch on the disconnect between cultures, and that's so important, that the white people are idolizing different groups than black people, like black people liking Tupac, white people liking Einstein, and it is fascinating. The way he just said it, though, was absolutely in the wrong. He really needs to reconsider his delivery there, because if he were to say that in the street or in that hateful tone, he would be in for some karma, some cosmic karma.
I'm not racist. I'm just prepared for this type of war. I heard Eminem's rap at the awards. Who's he fighting for? Y'all can take that motherfucker too. He ain't white no more.
What's fascinating about a race is that it's one gene out of trillions that controls skin color, and the rest is socially determined. So a lot of racism and racial tensions are socially construed in a way that contributes to racial tensions, and none of it really is genetic. One gene out of trillions makes skin color, whereas Eminem, for instance, grew up in a mainly black environment in Detroit, Michigan, 8 Mile. So of course he's going to embody black culture, because that's all he knows. He grew up rapping, idolizing Tupac, idolizing all of these amazing artists. And this speaks to how racism is learned and can be unlearned. And it's not about your skin color, it's about how you grow up. If you grow up in the country with no one around you for miles, or if you grow up in a city and you see different walks of life, different races.
It's like you want to be so famous, you'll do anything for attention and a little payment. I can't take you nowhere without people pointing fingers. Pants hanging off your ass, you ain't got no home training. Put your fucking pants up, nigga. Put that suit back on, take that do-rag off, take that gold out your mouth, quit the pitiful stuff, and then maybe police will stop killing you fucks. So what the fuck? I'm not racist. It's like we're living in the same building but split into 2 floors. I'm not racist, but there's 2 sides to every story. I wish that I knew yours.
There you go. Open it up. Quit the babbling. A good perspective. Way to be vulnerable. Hopefully
I wish
a
that
little
I
less
knew
hateful
yours.
on the other side. We'll see.
I'm not racist. I swear. With all disrespect, I don't really like you white motherfuckers. That's just where I'm at. Screaming all lives matter is a protest to my protest. What kind of shit is that? And that's one war you'll never win.
Right, so Black Lives Matter was historically, like, black people were getting killed for no good reason because of their skin color. And so he feels like it's minimized if white people say all lives matter, because white people typically aren't the minority being killed by cops or being killed in ways they shouldn't be. So it's I can see that perspective. He's got some decent points there.
The power in the word nigga is a different sin. We shouldn't say it, but we do, and that's just what it is. But that don't mean that you can say it just because you got nigga friends. Nigga. That word was originated for you to keep us under. That when we use it, we know that's just how we greet each other. And when you use it, we know there's a double meaning under. And even if I wasn't picking cotton physically, that don't mean I'm not infected by the history. My grandmama was a slave, that shit gets to me, and you ain't got no motherfucking sympathy, you pussy nigga. I'm sorry, you can never feel my life. Tryna have faith, but I never felt alright. It's hard to elevate when this country's ran by whites, judging me by my skin color and my blackness. Trying to find a job, but ain't nobody call me back yet. Now I gotta sell drugs and put food in my cabinet. You crackers ain't slick, this is all a part of your tactics. Don't talk about no motherfucking taxes when I ain't making no dough. You think you know everything, but you don't. You wanna copy our slang and everything that we know. Try to steal black culture and make it your own. Whoa. Fuck, I'm exhausted. I can't even drive without the cops trying to start shit. I'm tired of this systematic racism bullshit. All you do is false shit, this the shit that I'm false with. And you don't know shit about my people, that's what bothers you. You don't know about no fried chicken or no barbecue. You don't know about the two-step or no loose change. You don't know about no 2 chains or no Kool-Aid. You don't know. And even though Barack was...
I think he's been humbled. He looks like he is really considering this black man's perspective and the struggle that it is to be a black man in America with some racist police, some racist people, some racist employers that really marginalize and limit opportunities. And I'm glad he's sitting there and absorbing it, because he seemed like he was pretty rigid and calloused in his beliefs, but now that he's hearing the other side of the story, it seems like he's opening up a little bit in regards to his perspectives on black and white tensions in America.
Half is black. You hated President Obama, I know that's a fact. You can't wait to get him out and put a cracker back, and then you gave us Donald Trump, and that was payback for that. I'm not racist. I never lied, but I noticed a disconnect between your culture and mine. Yeah, I praised Tupac like he was a fucking god. He was fighting for his life way before he fucking died, nigga. Die, nigga. And all you care about is money and power and being ugly, and that's the cracker within you. Hatred all in your brain and slowly start to convince you. Then you teach it to your children until the cycle continue. Blame it on Puerto Rico, blame it on OJ, blame it on everybody except for your own race. Blame it on black niggas and blame it on black citizens. Aim at the black businesses. I ain't saying I'm innocent, but I might be any day now, treating everybody how you want in any way how. I swear North Korea about to bomb us any day now. And now I'm ducking every time I hear a fucking plane now. Shit. You know I make a lot of sense, but you just can't admit it. When Eminem went against Trump, that was the illest. Cause even though he's white, he let us know he's standing with us. I'm not racist, but I cry a lot. You don't know what it's like to be in a frying pot. You don't know what it's like to mind your business and get stopped by the cops, and I know if you about to die or not.
Right, that hypervigilance and not feeling safe in your own country, on your own street, is something that a lot of minorities experience and endure. And it can lead to something called toxic stress, which leads to increased cortisol, reduced abilities to sleep, to feel safe, at peace with yourself. And that increased cortisol can convince you that you're always in danger, and it can be really scary to not know when you're safe, when you're in danger, when you're not being protected by the people that should protect you, like public servants, police, firemen, all these things.
You worry about your life, so you take mine. I love you, but I fucking hate you at the same time. I wish we could trade shoes so we could change lives, so we can understand each other more, but that'll take time. I'm not racist. It's like we living in the same building, but split into both sides. I'm not racist, but there's 2 sides to every story, and now you know mine. Can't erase the scars with a bandage. I'm hoping maybe we can come to an understanding. Agree to disagree, we can have an understanding. I'm not racist.
I love it. They both get out their sides of the story, and they both embrace each other. A little bromance there, a little bro hug that shows, hey, yes, I see your perspective. I want to share my perspective because it's very different. Right, we can both be right. We can have contrasting opinions, but both share our sides of the story, and then come to a mutual understanding. I wish this was more commonplace for people to do, instead of hiding, avoiding, suppressing their feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. They actually share it with the people that mean the most to them. Otherwise, it will eat away at you in many unforeseen ways. So it's super important to be authentic, to be transparent, with a degree of respect, and delivering it with compassion and understanding. Yes, this is so true. So We are all humans until race disconnected us, religion separated us, politics divided us, and wealth classified us. Absolutely. We have all of these arbitrary standards of how we perceive each other's worth. We're all human beings at the end of the day. We all have inherent worth for being alive and existing on this beautiful planet. And these things ultimately don't matter. They're not, what make us better or worse. But that's what we're taught in this country right now, is that you have to be rich in order to be valued. You have to be famous in order to be a worthwhile person. Absolutely not the case at all. So many people out there work 9 to 5s and go under the radar, and those are the people that keep this country going and safe and secure. Joyner Lucas, I'm not racist. Absolutely. Yes, racism is learned, it can be unlearned, and Joyner is such a talented artist. For those of you who don't know, he's half white, half black, and he is the perfect person to create this song. I think, personally, this song should have won a Grammy. I think it really depicts the racial tensions in America of we're in the same building but on different floors, meaning we have different perspectives. We feel like, white people are greater than black people and black people are less than. And this idea that the one gene determines your worth is absolutely egregious. It's not the case at all. And such a powerful song in this country, and I hope we all strive to be a little more aware of our racial biases and work towards them, and not treat people differently based on the color of their skin, and treat everyone with compassion and understanding. I think that was the point of this song, right? Showing that you're not racist and walking the talk is so powerful. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will happily listen to the next song that you recommend in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy video.